Welcome to the Nevis Newscast. Today is Friday, 24th November 2017. I'm Fredicia Liebert. The Ministry and Department of Agriculture, in collaboration with the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, hosted a capacity building in governance for producer groups workshop yesterday, Thursday, 23rd November. The AICA's representative for St. Kitts and Nevis, Augustine Merchant, outlined the issues facing various cooperatives in the Federation.
Now here in St. Kitts and Nevis, the government has been using cooperative as a means of developing the agricultural sector. And we have some challenges. We have a number of cooperatives, a number of them are not functioning. Sometimes the people who come president this year, nobody wants to become president again, so they're almost president for life. And so those are some of the issues which we want to deal with today.
The Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Cooperatives and Fisheries, Hughie Sargent, was also present at the workshop where he outlined its purpose.
And I'm sure you've heard the word team. It conveys a meaning as cooperative society. But if we take the word team apart, T-E-A-M, together everyone achieves more. And essentially, that is what we're here to ensure today, that when we form our respective groups, we don't benefit individually alone, but we also benefit as a group.
Facilitator of the workshop, Alistair Glean, spoke briefly about what the workshop would entail.
Today's workshop, as I said, should be an interactive one. We are hoping to address issues of governance. Now, it is not just simply to talk about good governance, principles, practices to guide the effective running of your organizations and leave it at that. It's not just about that. We want to ensure that by strengthening these producer groups, you as whether beekeepers, fisher folk, agro-processors, farmers, that you will better be able to get involved in value chains. To break down that just simply to get you all function better in the market, help you make more money, to be more sustainable. And we believe that through collective action, we could achieve a lot. As the PS said, team. We could achieve more if we are working together.
The one-day workshop took place at the Department of Agriculture's conference room at Prospect. The workshop was attended by a number of cooperative groups on the island. The Gingerland Secondary School returned the highest pass rate in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, said principal of the school, Lynette Williams. Williams highlighted the fact when she delivered the 2017 Principal's Report at the graduation ceremony held yesterday, Thursday, 23rd November, at the Gingerland Methodist Church.
50 students wrote examinations at the general and technical proficiency levels. The students were examined in 27 subject areas. There were 253 passes out of 284 sitting entries. This represents a pass rate of 89.8%. Gingerland Secondary School returned the highest pass rate in the Federation for a second consecutive year.
She also made special mention of the valedictorian Carvincia Webb, who is the top performer for CSEC in Nevis.
The 2016-17 CSEC examinations saw students receiving a total of 58 grade 1s. We congratulate Carvincia Webb, the most outstanding student not only at Gingerland Secondary School but also in Nevis.
Williams highlighted many of the students for their excellent performances in the 2017 Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate examinations. Some of these students include Yolande Pemberton, who attained 11 subject passes with 7 grade 1s, Ashira Hanley, 9 subject passes with 5 grade 1s, Sakel Seeley with 8 8 subject passes with 4 grade 1s, Tyreek Doe 8 subject passes with 4 grade 1s, Delcia Berg with 9 subject passes and 2 grade 1s, and Chelsea Berg with 9 subject passes and 1 grade 1. In related news, Kervincia Webb, the 2017 valedictorian for the Gingerland Secondary School, in delivering the valedictory speech, admonished her peers to make wise choices and to stay on the right path, as too many have diverted from their original route.
Just as the doors of the Gingerland Secondary School were flung wide open to receive us, do not close them behind you. I implore you, class of 2017, to make wise choices. My career has now begun as I make my legal declaration. You are now given the legal authority to go out and infect the world with your choices. We can make a difference. Look at our young men. We are losing them. When will this end? Young women, let us hold fast to the morals our parents and teachers taught us, as admonished by Mr. Eric Maynard and Mrs. Vendetta Hobson Moving in the examination room. Fellow graduates, dynamic leaders, class of 2017, since we are the only ones to have survived the adverse conditions moving to higher grounds, I do hope on an individual basis that you will be able to say, I was here. I make it mandatory that you, the key component of the future, you will now carry out your duties of choice without fear and favor. Congratulations. I thank you.
Still to come, St. Kitts and Nevis soon to sail in yachting tourism. The details when we return.
My name is Greg Phillip. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Nevis Tourism Authority. Nevis Mango and Food Festival has been around for 4 years, and in our view, it is one of the most unique festivals anywhere, mainly because of what it does. You see, it celebrates the mango. We have over 40 different varieties of mangoes on Nevis, plus a very, very rich and good culinary scene, and we've put those two things together. So once you dine at this Nevis Mango and Food Festival, believe me, you're dining on food that has never been created before, because every single chef that cook at this festival have one excellent challenge. The challenge is everything you cook, every course of every meal must include mangoes from Nevis.
Welcome back. A reception to celebrate the entry into force of the bilateral agreement on the visa waiver requirements for nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis to travel to the Russian Federation was hosted at the Mill Cafe and Restaurant in Frigate Bay on November 21st, 2017. This came as a result of the historic signed visa waiver agreement, which took place in New York on September 21st. Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Mark Brantley, signed the agreement with Russian Federation's Foreign Minister, His Excellency Sergei Lavrov, an agreement that allows citizens of both St. Kitts and Nevis and the Russian Federation to travel for up to 90 days to each other's countries without the need for a visa. During the reception that was hosted by the ambassador of the Russian Federation to St. Kitts and Nevis, His Excellency Vladimir Vinokurov, Minister Brantley thanked the Russian ambassador for ensuring that St. Kitts and Nevis and his country were able to strengthen relations. Minister Brantley said that the government's philosophy has always been one to promote greater people-to-people contact, as well as to expand the Federation's diplomatic footprint. He noted that persons need to understand that the world is made up of a lot more countries that are represented by the United Nations, other than the United States of America, United Kingdom, and Canada. Hence, it is extremely important to develop meaningful relationships with as many countries as possible. Prospects of a thriving yachting sector in St. Kitts and Nevis is expected to come into fruition soon with the launch of the Yachting Strategic Plan and the Yachting Implementation Plan 2017 to 2022. At the launching of the two documents, which took place at the Christoph Harbour Marina on November 23rd, Minister of Tourism, the Honourable Lindsay Grant, said that this marks another milestone in the tourism journey. He explained that the documents will guide efforts to diversify the economy and to enhance the tourism sector, as recommended for Caribbean countries by a 2014 study conducted by the Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean, ECLAC. One area identified for special focus was the yachting and marina services, a subsector which is widely regarded as having significant and substantial potential, said Minister Grant. Minister Grant also stated that when the medium to long-term benefits of the establishment of marinas, such as Christoph Harbour berthing facilities and boat yards are considered, it translates into economic spin-offs that pay dividends not only for local entrepreneurs and auxiliary businesses. He added that it also has implications for improved standards of living for citizens and an enhanced profile for St. Kitts and Nevis as a premier yachting destination to hold annual marine-related activities. The potential for exposure of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis is enormous, he said. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Freddie Liebert. Thank you for viewing.
Known as Owali, land of beautiful waters by its native inhabitants, and later nicknamed Queen of the Caribbean by British settlers, Nevis has long relied on its natural prowess and resources to create livelihoods for its people. The people of Nevis have long remained connected to the gifts nature has bestowed. As an ambassador of this majestic island, it is my duty to encourage my people to nurture, preserve, and protect what makes us unique as a people and strong as a country.